Let's go.
What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, June 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are here for our weekly Chartapalooza, when I take requests from paid newsletter subscribers and I draw pretty lines and pictures to make them think that we might have some idea of where their favorite assets are going to go in price in the future, like a witch with a crystal ball. But we love doing it, and it's super fun. Before we get started, as you can see, the thing going across the bottom, I still always do it backwards, across the bottom right there. The amazing sponsors of this live stream are the Cosmos community, not Cosmos themselves. The community put their money together and they decide to sponsor the podcast and this stream, for which I am forever grateful. As you hear me talk about all the time, we hear the narrative of Ethereum killers and which blockchain will win, and this one's faster and this one's slower. Well, Cosmos doesn't care, because they do the most important job, which is make them interoperable. And that's why you can trade on their Gravity DEX, which will allow you to access all chains, and has an order book, which is super cool and is launching. So the future of all of these blockchains, interoperability, we can see that happening. Each one can find its specialty in its own lane, and they will be connected through the wonderful world of Cosmos. So you guys should check them out. All that is down right downstairs in the description. And that is the thing. Yeah, bro. Who gave the thumbs down before I even started? Why all sour? Why all sour? There's always one. There's always one. There is always one. That's right. Cosmos plays well with others. Stake your Cosmos on Kraken. Worth it. I agree. I agree with that. So this dude said, go FSU. I'm a Gator fan, so he knows that's a triggering comment, but that's cool, man. You do your Seminole thing. Still be friends. So yeah, there's not as many requests, unsurprisingly, this week, because people know that all the charts look like complete broken doo-doo beans. But we did have a nice bounce yesterday. That was encouraging. One of the better reactions you could ever hope for when you see a range breaking down. Massive bullish SFP, huge volume, huge wick. All of it happened in 4 hours. But now what? Who knows? If you're a bear, you say, clearing the runway for more selling. Now there's no orders there. No friction, bro. We're going down to 10K. And if you're a bull, you say, bullish SFP, range low swept, headed to the range highs, 90K by July. And you know what? Nobody's going to tell you if you're right or wrong, because we don't know. I'm wearing a Run DMC shirt. That's cool. Do I see a Y? Someone said, did we see a Wyckoff spring? I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, looks like Wyckoff accumulation, but you never know until we get up and above and we do the thing. So listen, bearish, bullish. I talked about this on Twitter. Bears going down, bulls we're going up, bull market. Bullish and bearish are the dumbest terms because they require a qualifier. You can be like, hey, man, we're kind of in a bear market, like on the daily or 4-hour chart, but we're in a bull market on the monthly, and I want to invest in Bitcoin on the dip because it's a bear market. Bearish and bullish require a time frame. So when you just say I'm bearish or bullish, it's completely misleading and nobody knows what you're talking about. And that's a problem on Twitter and YouTube when people are following people who are like, so bearish right now, but I'm buying for my future. You know, it's really kind of hard. Yeah, really kind of hard there. Yeah, bearish for the day, bullish for the year. There you go. It's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm drinking this coffee right here. Oh, Future Unchanged. He's here. We can start, guys. That's my son on the mug when he was a baby. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. What's up with Hubby? I don't know, man. Don't know. This guy loves my content, keeping it up. Your laser eyes are blue. Those are sweet. You have like Sub-Zero wins fatality kind of vibe going on there, which I dig. So the charts I'm going to look at today. Charts I'm going to look at are the ones that were requested by paid subscribers in advance through the Google form that they use. That's a thing. Coffee at this hour. Yeah, bro. I do morning coffee and then 2 p.m. coffee. Then I coast through the day. It's right before you start, like, you know, hitting the crack pipe at 8 p.m. and a few drinks at 11, and then you don't sleep. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do drugs. Bullish Welker. It's Melker. I'm not Wes Welker. I'm not Wes Welker. We must have been at the same IT conference together, probably. So yeah, people need the diamond balls, not hands. That's true. That is true. This is how it works, though. Let's take a look. This today is hot coffee. Usually I drink cold coffee in the afternoon, and I'm going to get all glossy and sweaty, but it's just whatever. It's whatever, man. We're going to sweat through these ugly charts. Did you just say that's not coffee? It's water with taste of coffee? This is black coffee. You must be talking to somebody else. You must be talking to somebody else. Give us a few trade signals, please. The trade signal I've been giving for the last month is do nothing because you're going to get poor. And it's not going to be fun. They tell you to have fun staying poor, but nobody actually has fun staying poor. It's very misleading. The trade signal is no trade at all, or at least it was for me. Miners, China was FUD. Yeah, I posted a picture of a bunch of mining, which I said astounding photos, which they were. But apparently they were from when they were setting up the miners, not breaking them down. Yeah. So head and shoulders for Bitcoin. I'm going to dive right into Bitcoin. 1 second. Here's the newsletter, by the way, if you guys want to join, it's in the description, whatever. I look tired, working too hard. Nope. I've had bags under my eyes since I was a baby. I've even showed the baby pictures. Not really that tired, except for I spent the entire day yesterday with my wife's amazing entire family, all of my nieces and nephews. And there's like 16 of us riding roller coasters and doing rides. And I also went to an Elmo show with my 2-year-old. It was an epic, amazing day. So if I'm tired, it's because we rocked hard yesterday at the amusement park. But here, who's okay? First, let me drill in here. I don't know. This is an old chart. Someone asked me to look at something, which we will look at. But 1 second. Pulled up the wrong chart, but it's cool and it doesn't matter. Okay, I want to show you guys something, which I showed the other day, I think. But a head and shoulders is a viable pattern. It has a target based on the pattern. Did my wife just say that Elmo? Did I just see my wife say that I think Gandhi was pretty happy? He was probably pretty happy, but I don't know if he had fun. I don't know if I would describe Gandhi's life as fun. Maybe he did have fun staying poor. It's pretty cool. It's funny shit. A lot of people have fun staying poor, right? And it's not all about money. I think that's the point in life. In fact, if you read, books about things like Sapiens, for example, would say that historically people who were poor were a lot more happy than people who were rich, especially, and that even our hunter-gatherer ancestors were much happier than we are with all of our modern conveniences and such. Okay, head and shoulders. First of all, I would consider this a head and shoulders, but only if it's a character from like The Simpsons or something, right? Do the Bart man. Huge lips on Bart Simpson. This would be the weirdest head ever. The head is supposed to have a point, and there's supposed to be a major spike in volume in the head, which we do not have. So volume profile has to match in a head and shoulders. If this was the left, this would have it. You see it right here? Major spike. There's no spikes in volume on the head, and it's rounding. So really ugly head and shoulders. But if we want to consider this a head and shoulders, this is not part of your regularly scheduled programming. You take the depth of the neckline, which is the point between the two shoulders. And on log or linear, it doesn't matter. I use log. You extrapolate that down for your target, which in this case, since the head and shoulders is 50% of the chart, it's literally from like 30,000 to 65, you get a negative target. Okay, let's go to linear just to make it, since it'll be like, nah, man, that's just because you use a log chart. Yeah, dude, these charts will break the world. Can't even get there. Cannot even get there. That's what it looks like linearly. So your target is negative $5,458. There is no head and shoulders. There cannot be a head and shoulders when the chart looks like this. Okay. Also, these are some whack shoulders. Like, look, this is what a head and shoulders look like. It's here, you know. Yeah. Listen, they can be all jagged and weird, and you can have the shoulders like this and like this. They can be on angles and stuff. You can be the Hunchback of Notre Dame with really weird kind of like shoulders that go like this. And then you can also have the weird spaceship head and shoulders pattern. You're taking it off and going to space. That's not a head and shoulders. Bottom line, not a head and shoulders. Okay. So I know that we got to go back to log. Broke the chart. So somebody asked me as a request for Bitcoin and to look at the monthly chart because I've showed this so many times. Said, where are we in regard to the epic channel from 2013 that has never broken? Well, right now we're slightly below the EQ, but I would view this as a potential retest of support, and we have 7 days to find out. But you can see here, like this was clear resistance, but it did get above. It was 10,950, and you know anything above 10,000 was a break. So you can see almost the exact same thing here, right? This came up. It's literally like the reflection of this. So I would expect that this will hold support even if it closes a little below and head back up eventually. But it is technically, I mean, a couple $100 more up, and it's holding maybe 34.9. So from here now, we were already over 34 today, but 1,500 more bucks up. We're holding it, but you know, you can get slightly above and still have it be resistance. So yeah, that's what was specifically asked for on Bitcoin. Come back to the comments real quick before I start. Gandhi, pretty happy. Looking at you guys' thing. Somebody said, yo. Oh, dude was actually thought I was FSU, but I was UF. That's cool, man. You tried, and that's what matters. Keep your head on your shoulders. That's correct. This guy sounds like a Darlick. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to assume that you're using big words to insult my intelligence. Oh, evening star pattern. That's the other narrative. Sure. And that's not wrong. Okay, let's look. Okay. First, somebody asked me about this. So I was talking to Nebraska and Gooner about this on Twitter. So when you have a candle like this, and then you have a doji or something like this, and then you have a down candle, it's technically called an evening star. But the caveat and the argument, we don't really get gaps on charts in crypto because it's a 24/7 market. But say this was like a weekly channel on the Dow, you know, on some stock, and then you opened higher. So this star would be up here and then a gap down, right? That's what an evening star. So technically you cannot have a valid evening star without having a gap up here and a gap down. Morning star is the opposite. It happens on the bottom. This is a bearish reversal pattern technically, right? An evening star. Either way, you have this sort of little hanging man, inverted hammer kind of thing, and then this candle down. Also with an evening star, technically this candle should go about halfway down the first candle. It shouldn't engulf fully like this. But either way, that's a bearish structure. Actually, I pulled up one before anyone cared about me. This was October 4th, 2018, when I called the top of the stock market for about 3 months. But here is a perfect example of an actual evening star. You see, candle, gap. Now, this is even a shooting star in an evening star. A normal evening star is kind of a smaller doji, and then a gap down, then candle down, right? That's the idea. So listen, technically, if you follow the rules, there's no evening star because there's no gaps, but it's definitely semantics. It was a pretty ugly thing. I think the good Darlick guy meant derelict. Whatever. Hey, John's here, guys. John's here. Gandhi gets mixed up with Buddha. Gandhi had no reason to be happy whatsoever. I mean, Gandhi was, you know, changing the future of an entire nation. So I think that's important. Probably happy about that. I'd be happy about that. Oh, I hate being called a Darlick. It really triggers me. I don't even know what a Darlick is. All right, AMP USD. Request. Newly trading. I don't know. Pretty, you can't even really draw a great trend line here. Do something like this, I guess. I mean, like this, and that's stupid. So we can ignore that maybe. Here, still stupid. I don't like that. I mean, this looks like, what I don't like here is this looks kind of like a bearish consolidation because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles basically out of 8 have wicks up. That means there's heavy selling pressure. You can see there's a clear sort of resistance through this entire area. I don't know. I don't want to buy something that is being sold on every single candle, but that's only the 4 hour. You know, it's not so bad. Daily could be reversing. It's just no price action here. Let's look at the hourly, see if we can. I mean, here's your support, even though that broke. Okay. Okay. This area is your key support. Here-ish, this whole area. I mean, it's going to be hard to get exact. Let me say this. That area is your key resistance. Maybe you give a damn about this. You should probably care a little bit somewhere in here. Here. I mean, this chart existed for like 12 minutes, right? This launched in June, 13 days ago. There's nothing to like, right? You have a nice pump, dump, which everything did. This is a decent candle, but now you're sort of consolidating with lots of selling. I wouldn't look at AMP for now. I would wait till it makes a clear breakup and, you know, honestly, maybe take this. I would say you want it to flip that area. So I wouldn't trade it unless it does this, closes up here and heads up, something like that. BNB, BTC. Rejected. And you know, I was looking at this for the newsletter this morning and it was up here. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to post it before it closes above, and it didn't. So glad I held off on that. Did not make the bull div that looked likely. I think this area is pretty key. Looking at that. All right. Break below. I mean, you want to close candles up here and flip this area. You could even draw this line here now, I would say. Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. I would say here. Because you can also pull this back to here-ish. All the way to here, actually. Yeah. So regardless, something like that. That's not far to go, but you got to get above this, right? Because this is the highs, and we just made a new one, but this was the high here, the clear flip. I mean, you could even draw it here. This whole area is right here. Let's make this simpler. Sometimes a line just doesn't give you what you want. You know, this whole area, resistance. Pull that all the way back. You'll see a lot of price action in there, but yeah, this whole area, resistance. So gotta get through it, flip it, and head back up, and then you're targeting this 0.0097 area. I am your father. Did that sound like Darth Vader? Did that sound like Darth Vader? Oh, seemed like it sounded like Darth Vader. Let's zoom out to see what's going on. I mean, see, these charts all broke last month. They all broke. If this continues to drop, you definitely want to take a shot at it here-ish. Did that sound like Darth Vader? I thought it sounded like Darth Vader. Whatever, man. Yeah, I am his father. That's funny. Come to the dark side. I am your father. That was pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, dude. It was ugly. Hard to gauge. Nice little bump today. I still say that, yeah, if you're trading it like scalping, somewhere in here. If you're trading at larger time frame, you're gonna have a trend line that goes out like this. maybe, you know, we have like a channel going on here. Use the force, Luke. Remember when Luke kissed Leia and didn't know it was his twin sister? That was tight. What happened? I mean, listen, there's no second touch here, but the EQ of this channel is pretty convincing. Might even be able to pull some kind of channel all the way back here. Let's see. Well, that's not working, is it? Channel tool's been ripping hard on TradingView. So yeah, this would have broken down actually, and basically a retest. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I think this is a tough one to trade. If you're super scalpy, get above this area, maybe head up, but only targeting up this area. I got nothing. Got nothing for you on this, really. Got nothing for you. Bitcoin, we looked at it. Oh, it's dropping. Great, it's dead. It's down to 33,000. It's over. Shit. Just kidding, guys. I know there's someone here who'll believe me. We thought that was breaking resistance. Not so much. USD. Well, if Bitcoin's dropping even a little bit right now, we know that all this is going to... By the way, this is when they announced they were getting listed on Coinbase. Remember when you used to pump like hundreds of percents on a Coinbase listing? I remember. That's an interesting line, only because I drew it. And if I draw a line, it's probably pretty interesting. But it is holding that area as support. This is interesting. This is what you want to be talking about. Sweep the low, Johnny. Sweep it. Yesterday, we saw an elephant sweeping, didn't we, Emmy? We saw an elephant. It had a big palm frond, and it was sweeping its area. Really happened. What the fuck did I just hear? I don't know, man. Seems like a personal thing. Come to the Doge side. Call out the numbers of the chart. Too small to read. That's a good point. Probably didn't know that. I probably didn't know that. Nobody's ever said that to me. Hey, man, can't read your charts, dummy. Sorry about that. So this is a really nice sweep of the lows. That is $13.63 and 8 fractional cents. Not much to love here. Not much to love on altcoin charts in general still. I would say maybe you start talking reversal above there. Let's draw it as a range. There. Although, honestly, you would draw it there and say that this is a deviation. And then we can get rid of all these lines. So that shows you where we're at. If you swept the lows, we should be heading to the AQ. This should be going to 18, 19 bucks, then eventually up here, but all bets are off if Bitcoin drops. Done. Finished it. Really nice volume at the bottom there. Really nice. Really, really nice. So we got that going for us. Let's just clean this up. Nobody cares about these lines. I mean, I would theoretically say, hey, man, you're good if you break that line, but look at what Bitcoin's doing. Same thing. Yeah, I like that EQ. So I think you just want to hold the range lows, but man, I can't see a reason to I still can't see a reason to trade right now. Yesterday was the time to aggressively take out your strong gloves and buy and catch falling knives with your hands. These were your moments. This was the support. Now, gotta wait and see what happens. This could be doing a little inverse head and shoulders on the hourly. See that? Boom, boom, boom. Sort of get this vibe. So yeah, I get above that. That's kind of cute. Has the volume there, volume spike there. Would need volume on the breakout. But man, I don't see it. I could see you taking a nice little investment in this long term, but can't see a reason to trade. E-gold, USDT, $54. It was $245. I still have mine. I got mine. Using the MyR app. Sweet. I've got mine. It's an investment. I believe I can fly. We got a nice little descending wedge here. I drew that this morning when I was looking for trades and failing because who wants to trade? Really? Yeah, you got to break this line. Then we can head back up. From a range perspective, this broke down. I can tell you right now by looking at it. So if you want to start to even get optimistic, you got to get back in there. Because there was a bigger range in play. Even this crazy wick right here, right there. So got to get back in that range. Then we can start talking. That's what I would say. Got to get back above like $65, and then this is viable. EOS, Bitcoin. Just got an allergy attack. Just got attacked by allergies. At this very moment, you've witnessed a savage attack by the allergies on me. Woo! Come look at your comments real quick. All my trades are dead. Push me to the edge. All my trades are dead. Push me to the edge. All my trades are dead. What is your opinion about governments talking about crypto regulation? Yes, we're going to see lots of regulation all around the world in the coming years. For sure. I dip, you dip, we dip. As I predicted on Monday, I did that live stream and I was saying that I put my hand up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. I was like, I'm definitely going to get in trouble for this. Got a copyright notice for it. Yeah, it was worth it. EOS Bitcoin. I don't know, bro. Not that great. Maybe if you break that line. Lost support here. Actually, volume is increasing here still today or yesterday, the last 2 days. It didn't really bounce. That's not great. It's not great. In a world of things that are great, I would put that as not great. And there are a lot of great things in this world. Marriage, kids, having an amazing wife. Are you still listening, Emmy? Amazing things, terrific things to be happy about in this world. In-laws, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, all those things that matter. The correction isn't over. It's possible. Definitely possible. Yeah. Totally worth the copyright infringement. Come on. Totally worth it. Your hip hop references are so cringy. So is your spelling of the word R. Because you can't put a Q next to an R in that context, bro. It's bad. Yeah. Yes, crap. Got to get back above this and above this to even consider it. That's really the truth on the Bitcoin's pairs. Now, interesting, it's doing that on the USD pair. So if it holds $3.58, I could see taking a position if you think Bitcoin's going to go up. Because on this pair, it's going to do whatever Bitcoin does. Or as Peter McCormack would say, what Bitcoin did. Bro, your hip-hop references are so cringy, bro. Cringe. I'm cringing. Your references, QRE cringy. QRE cringy. Do I think the bull run is over? No. Not if you zoom out, but I think that bull market ended when 42K broke and we dropped to 30K. Yeah, This is consolidation at the bottom of drop, more bearish than bullish. If you're a Wyckoff person, you see accumulation and we should go up. Either way, the bullishness was obviously rinsed from the market. Long term, I think bull market right now, not really sure. Kind of bear markety. Tommy likes the hip hop references. You QRE not cringe, my friend. Yo, what's up, Anissa? This is Scott Melville right here. I'm giving you a shout out on MTV Spring Break. There's a shout out to your girl Anissa. Spring Break. Spring Break. EOS USD. I mean, this is flirting with doom. So if you think Bitcoin's going to bounce, this should bounce too. Bitcoin's not, is fine. This also looks like a potential inverse head and shoulders, right? We're seeing a lot of these little thingies. Very local. And there's, okay, if you're super zoomed in, there's a really key resistance right here, 374, right? Doesn't look entirely bad on the USD pair. Looks kind of a lot to be desired on the Bitcoin pair. ETH, big bull div. This is the 4-hour. Big bull div, another little bull div right there. No hidden bearish divergence. Also held the range low with a massive wick on volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles held that support. Don't want to go there again. And this looks like it could be forming like a little consolidation. Another inverse head and shoulders kind of vibe. Yeah, I'm not mad at this. I think Bitcoin's going to be fine based on these. What do I know though? You know, I don't know. Kind of a little bull flag. That's stupid what I just drew. Ignore that. Stupid. Yeah, I mean, that looks good. I think this should head to 2340. Right? If it holds support, theoretically, guys, charts are just guesses. Don't hold me to it. Should be heading to the EQ. Something's going on with my chair here. Oh man, it's making lots of noise. But this is really nice. That's a bullish SFP. Another one sweeping the lows multiple times. It also swept this low. I mean, should be good for a move to the EQ, I would say. If it breaks this, then you look here. Then if we get really aggressive, start looking much lower. I talked about this in the newsletter, though. ETH, which I've always, for well over a year, I've said I'm more bullish on ETH than Bitcoin as a trade, more upside. ETH went up, what, 4 times as much as Bitcoin this year? Bitcoin basically doubled. It opened at like 30,000, right? Did 2x. ETH went from like 700 to 4,500, basically multiples more. And on the downside, Bitcoin dropped like 55%, ETH dropped like 57 or 58%. I definitely like trading an asset that has 4 times as much upside and drops the exact same amount. Anywho, FAT, this is a stock. FAT Brands should be spelled PHAT. That's so cringy, bro. Can't say PHAT. You're not a rapper. I would buy this on a retest here, but this is a bit aggressive on the ups, on the rise. I mean, this is parabolic, which is sweet. I have no idea what happened this day. Look at that volume. My God, they must have cured COVID or something. I mean, this is aggressively climbing. So I wouldn't be surprised if saw a bigger drop whenever it does. We know how parabolic advances end, but technically you have a new all-time high here when it broke 1140, and you want to see that retested as support and then head up into price discovery. But generally, this looks very good. I would put this as your key support. If that breaks, you're out looking for retest, but for now, you're in price discovery. It should continue up in theory. Genius Brands International, another brand. We had Fat Brands. Oh yeah, there's another stunk. Here's your story, dude. If it breaks that, get with it. That doesn't really matter. Allergies. That's your key support area. Clearly your key resistance. You know, look, that was a bearish SFP, right? And savage drop. You know, I would say you're holding above the weekly 50, the weekly 200. Yeah, I mean, it's all systems go if you break this blue line to head back to the highs. That's what I would say. On GNUs. Coming back over here for a second, see what you guys are talking about. Bitcoin Cash isn't mentioned a lot because it's very polarizing and most people hate it because it's a Bitcoin knockoff. So a lot of people don't talk about it. Seeing what you guys are talking about, but you're talking about, I see the word fuckalation, which makes me click. A lot of fuckalation going on with banks. Yeah. Take control of your own money. I agree. Osmosis. I've tried to learn by that by putting a book on my head and standing in the shower, but it doesn't work. HNT Bitcoin. That doesn't matter anymore, but it's cool. HNT Bitcoin. I don't know, man. These wicks. Wiki. I would say that's your area-ish of support and it's holding it, but it looks precarious. There you go. If you break that, you're up. If you break down here, I mean, there's lots of support. I hate these charts with like the mega wicks. This was your entry, man. Allergies. Trying to find if there's like a key support or something. I don't really know. I mean, this looks toppy, right? But maybe we reverse it. Put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. It's hard for the nip to find yet. So cringy. Yeah. Some fibs. You know, you would expect maybe on a move this hard to come back down to like the 61.8. So maybe, you know, between there and like 65. So maybe you put some bids in this area, which would line up with these supports right here if you drop further. But you really want to get a breakout of that line, I think. Kava, USDT. Well, lots of bullish SFPs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This looked like the Bitcoin chart, right? Kind of multiple head and shoulders, the kind of thing that we had going on, right? Like it looks exactly like it because USDT 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 going higher, and then a fourth. Similar. A lot of volume lately on Kava, which is encouraging. I'm encouraged. I mean, I don't think that matters. Yeah, guys, I'm just looking at them at the same time you are. So sometimes there's just no ideas. But I like holding $2. I think anything above $2.66 looks pretty good. Clearly, we got something happening here. But what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Bro, your classic rock references are so cringy. My watch just told me, Emmy got me a new Apple Watch for my exercising. And it has just informed me that they're out of hefty storage bags at the grocery store. Because that's the purpose of my watch, is to tell me about groceries while I'm live streaming. Watch is cool, though. You know, if you're trading this locally, I think it's fair to say you got a resistance like this. But this is your main support. Oh, gave me another one. Somebody's getting my groceries. Yeah, we don't go grocery shopping around here. We got people for that. I mean, this is nice. It's the same thing as every chart. Like if we've bottomed, everything looks great on the USDT pair. if we haven't, we go below. But this was your chance to buy. It was bidding this support over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4 times you've had the chance to bid this support on Kava. There's a line through here. It's pretty clear. Ish. Somewhere in that area. Emmy, you'll be happy to know that our trash bags and Ziploc bags are coming soon. I don't know. I mean, if you're viewing this as a big old range, then you swept the lows and you should be heading up. I think that looks pretty good. You want to be safe. Wait till you break the blue line. Oh my God. Chisama. Why? Some savage selling around these parts. But once again, every coin, right? I mean, they found their support at the same place. Right? This came up, down. There's the swing low. All of them are kind of sweeping it. So these all look good if Bitcoin goes up. USDT pairs, USD pairs. It's going to depend on Bitcoin, but man, you can't like chart something that just went down that hard. You just can't. It's kind of like nothing to see here. Except for, you know, got something going on through here. If it loses it, I think you look to here-ish. Say here, maybe. I'd bid 137 if we get a really big drop. Otherwise, you know, it's holding here. But look, you could see this turning into a little bear flag or something, right? I mean, you can see it right there. So I'd be hesitant. Lots of volume. Now looking on the hourly. What does it look like on the 4-hour? Well, it's pretty bear flaggy. Doesn't mean it'll break down, but that's pretty bear flaggy. This being the flagpole. You definitely want to see this break up. Above 190, you're fine. So it's a pretty tight invalidation. The problem is you might get stopped out. This went all the way down to 162 before closing here. These charts are ugly. Sorry, I don't have anything enlightening to say, but when's the last time that we had altcoin charts that looked great and you wanted to trade them? There's a reason that I haven't been sharing many altcoin trades because they all look like shit. Let's clean this up. Something like this. For Litecoin USD is what we're looking at here. Yet again, same thing on every freaking chart, right? That swept that low. You can call this one too. Choose your own adventure. You got to be breaking out to the upside though. I mean, you zoom out and looks kind of good, but zoom in looks kind of bad. Classic. Classic Velasic. Pickle joke. Yeah, break that line. Maybe you go up, lose support. I'd start bidding down, you know, familiar areas like $94. Like if you're just going to put in stink bids, I would say, you know, here, 94-ish. Ultimately in the, you know, 70 somethings. Let me see. I don't think we're going that low, but yeah, $66, something like that. If we go up, it's going to be a lot of resistance in some of these areas. 211. This is where this broke down. So I would say, you know, somewhere in this area. Oh, yeah, that area. 150s. A lot of lines. A lot of lines. Not a lot of expectations. Blue line would signal, hey, we're heading back up. Matic USDT, I had this set up. I was very hopeful. It broke down. Never triggered. Doesn't matter. But we can get rid of that symmetrical triangle. It no longer exists. Boy, bye. But we can draw this one. What's up? Broke support, retest as resistance. That would technically mean you should be coming down here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Matic has been or Polygon has been extremely strong. If the market goes up, this should go up with it, but I would bid 74 if you want Matic, just in case it comes down and hits that area. Also got like 67, anything through here. I don't see it happening, but that's what the chart says. $1.69. There's something going on, something there. This could be a reversal though. This is a spinning top, shows indifference. If this closes a little bit higher, I could see this heading just right back up and this not mattering much. But technically, I'm not looking at Matic. Oh, oops. You could still look at Matic if it breaks this, whatever. If it breaks that line, right? Nothing's really changed as far as the resistance. So I would not look at Matic unless it breaks that line at this point. Mina, only recently trading here on Kraken. I love Mina, what they're doing. Such a cool company. That's your resistance. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests. 50 MA is new. Hard to chart this because it's new. And here's your clear horizontal resistance. You got to get above $2.10, right? Because it broke down, retested. That's the bottom and still can't get above it. So above here is what you're looking for. And then you start targeting. And by the way, take this with a grain of salt. This is a brand new chart. These are the kind of levels you're looking at, though. Right? And you can always pull fibs if you're looking for targets. Maybe call this the top and this the bottom. So even if you get a 50% retrace, it takes you back to this area. 61.8, that's perfect resistance. These are all nice lines, but you don't need to pull them. So yeah, that's my view here on Mina. This looks like a real bounce. It's a real nice bounce, but you got to get out and above these. This is a key area. $2.10. QNT, man. I don't know what this thing does, but no bear market for this. Topped recently, 0.022. It's at 0.019. 0.0022, 0.019. I said if you can get a test of this area, you might get front run. I circled it. I don't think that quite got there. That would have been the entry. We were talking about it when it broke here. If you look at it like this from here, yes. But so it was in this huge range, right? And it exited to the upside and made a new all-time high. And now it's in price discovery, holding that all-time high as support yesterday. This is probably the best setup I've seen. Only because it's really not been affected. Now, if you drill into the 4 hour, we should have a clear resistance that's probably being tested or broken now. Something like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Daily, it actually looks better with these wicks. Maybe something like that, But anything trading above this range that it was in for so long and above this high, this is technically price discovery. You should see this heading back up and making new highs. I'll say that and it'll end up down here or something, but that's what should happen. Solana. I'm going to draw this like that. Big drop, big bounce, same chart as every other coin, right? Bullish SFP. Whatever happened yesterday, there was tons of liquidity at the lows of every single one of these range or something. It's kind of a beginner range because it hasn't had enough price action. But if you called this a range, that did not sweep the lows of the range, actually. If you pulled it from here, it would. Either way, you need more significant signs of reversal. This is, like on all these coins, there's this major drop a couple days ago. So that's going to be the origin of the drop. So if you want to feel bullish, you got to get back up above those levels, right? Something like this. So maybe when it breaks both of these, get above 35 bucks. Otherwise, if you didn't buy it at 21, you missed it, right? This was your support. This is where you wanted to buy it. You missed it. It's up almost 40 something percent and bounced more than 50%. Sweet. That's Solana. Cool. Coming back over here, talk to you guys. Check out my, okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's so hard for me to go back and figure it out. Will alts recover back to their all-time high? Eventually, I think. Eventually. An NFT video of Hoskinson breastfeeding his horse. Yes, please. Okay. Have you noticed markets going up and down with time zones around the world? Watch all night sometime and you'll see when to buy, when to sell. Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is how traders, depending on the market, have traded for years. Like we always see, it's always a joke here that when Asia, so for me, like 7, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when Asia is waking up, they tend to sell a lot. They, not recently, but they tend to sell. And it's almost a joke. Like Asian session opens, time to short. London open, people talk about different opens in the different major markets. I would look at Asia, New York City, and London basically as the biggest ones for when traders sit or leave for the day. There's no bubble. Bitcoin's going to be backed by itself. Sure, great. Why not? Litecoin sucks. Thank you for sharing. Massive discount on this year's hottest crypto. Which one? I'll buy now while everyone's scared. I mean, listen, you buy the blood, even if it's your own. And this has been the blood. I didn't buy shit. Like I said, my plan, when I saw it break 30, I was like, I'm bidding 21 to 25,000. I don't need to buy more Bitcoin. I'm basically full anyways, because, you know, I bought the dip a month ago when it went down to 30. Or that I would maybe buy if it got above. And what I actually did was ride roller coasters and do nothing. AMC will absolutely destroy the douchebags in suits. Cool. Everyone loves to see douchebags in suits destroyed. Can we take a peek at VET? No, guys, I'm just doing the ones that were requested. Everything bubble, who cares, number go up. Well, that's true until the number goes down and they, you know, they'll print money forever, but eventually I did not do the sports update, but your team, your favorite team won the game that you care about. Aside from coin, you hold any other mining equities? No, I don't, but you got to be interested in like Marathon and Riot and all of them, right? Because we know that mining is leaving China. You got to be interested. Got to be interested. Mike would like you to know that ADA is going to 10K, but in contrast, the phaser would like you to know that ADA has no future. Will the real estate market crash soon? I thought it was going to crash at the beginning of COVID. It's only gone up. So what the F do I know? Is it a good time to buy now? I don't know what we're talking about. I'm not buying much. Yes, I talked about AMP at the very beginning of the video. No, I am not in Luxo. Trying to get through these. Missed most of your questions and comments. Yeah. Anyone notice CMC and Cointelegraph are futters all of a sudden? Missed the dip, really sus. I don't think they're futters. I think, you know, sometimes the news cycle is just kind of negative, and their job is to talk about newsy things, do news. Why do people still think we're in a bull market? Liquidity is leaving the market and people still think we are bullish. Like I said, it's about time frame. I think if you zoom way out, of course, we're still in a bull market. Do you think that Bitcoin will trade much higher than it is today? I do. So I think that's a bull market. But right now, no, we dropped from 65 to 28. That's real bad. That's not, and stayed down here, you know? So I view that as presently zoomed in. We are in a bear market. Is Bitcoin going down to 30K now? I don't have my trusty crystal ball. If anyone sees my crystal ball, please return it. I have no idea. Nobody knows. This is correct. Buy time was yesterday's dip. That's right. You had to have your bids there. You had to not be scared. You had to not make a bad move, and you had to catch it when it dropped and be waiting. You know, and a lot of you, maybe you should have sold them right after they bounced 30% because that was great money. Whoever thinks ADA has no future, Everton Azul will buy all your ADA, all of it. Zoomed out, it will always be bullish. That's true because markets trend up, and that's the beauty of being an investor instead of being a trader, right? You just dollar cost average, you don't think about it, and you make a lot of money with time. Yeah, there are balls back there. I got my balls back there, but they don't work. I tried. Ask your 8-ball. Will she date me? I don't know. I think, guys, like if you want to make requests next time, join the newsletter. And if the market keeps dropping, I will rebrand the newsletter from crypto education and news and charts to a newsletter on how to make friends and convince girls to like you. Emmy, you have the link for that tweet? I know you had it. Raul Paul had a tweet, basically said it showed the rate of adoption of the internet and other technologies and the rate of adoption of Bitcoin, and it's much, much faster. Much faster. This is the fastest adoption in history. I interviewed Vijay Boyapati today, who's guy's so nice and so awesome and so smart. Interviewed him today. And he was like, we were talking about digital gold. He's like, gold literally took thousands of years to be adopted, and Bitcoin is basically accomplished almost the same in 10 years. Right? It's like, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time to really become gold 2.0. So, I mean, yeah, you got to appreciate how incredibly fast Bitcoin is being adopted. Victoria loves the newsletter, so I will not rebrand for your newsletter. Newsletter rocks. Best 50 cents you spend a day. Thank you, Dave. Maybe I won't rebrand. Turn it into a rap newsletter that has vague life advice and go full Tony Robbins. I don't anymore, but I used to have a lot of hardware sense and drum machines. Then I, got, thank you. And then I got, Ableton down the road and ran out of space and started, whatever. Why is ICP so low? Does it have I don't know much about it, to be honest. All of a sudden I looked one day and ICP was like 11th by market cap. And I was like, what the F is ICP? I will do an Ableton tips and tricks newsletter. Yes, that's what I'll rebrand too. I can use rap lyrics to describe markets. In fact, I would say that almost all of Biggie's 10 crack commandments can apply to markets. Never get high on your own supply. Never get high on your own supply. We all got high on our own supply with our diamond eyes and buying cars and watches. We believed our own hype. Bitcoin. This is me. I was part of this, although not as bad as some. Super cycle. Never going to retrace again. Bitcoin can't go down. Institutional floor. So many buyers. It can never go down. We're going straight to $1 million today. Institutions will buy. We'll never have more than a 30% retrace again. It literally can't happen. We got high on our own supply. Yeah, the reasonable doubt of NFT Jay-Z is like suing Dame Dash. What a sad thing. Yeah, guys, I was in it. I was there. I was in the hype. Goddamn credit, dead it. Crackhead's not paying you back. That's what Biggie wants you to know. You're not getting your money back from a crackhead. You're not, so many lessons in rap. What if Saylor announced he sold at break even? Well, it never got down to 26, so he's fine. But that dude's not selling. That dude is not selling. I thought it would never hit in the 20Ks again. Listen. From a technical perspective, 20K, that has never been tested as support. Not saying it'll happen, but could happen. Rip Pookie, that was my nickname once upon a time. And Chris Rock did die in New Jack City. That was his nickname. About done. 3 o'clock. About done, y'all. Again, check out the newsletter. Check out Cosmos. Check out my Run DMC t-shirt. Check out my Run DMC. Oh, my Trevor Jones painting, the huge wolf, should be back there soon. It's supposed to arrive today. I don't even know where I'm going to hang it or put it, but it's going to be amazing. I hope all you guys have an amazing time today, that all of your dreams come true. Oh, wait. Amy just sent me the tweet. Right, now I got to share it. Hold up. Just saw her send it to me on the thing with the place. Here, can you guys see that? Where'd it go? While we are all enjoying the volatility, actually, I'm pretty impressed how people are taking it as par for the course and aren't overly freaked out. Here's what we are actually investing in: the fastest rate of adoption of any technology in history. There you go. Total crypto users over total global internet users. So let that sink in. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, so to speak, you know? Put it in your pipe and smoke it. And until next time, peace.
Let's go.